Hello guys, welcome to this first session of the Unit 1. Today we're gonna check some topics like past of the verb to be, simple past talking about regular verbs and irregular verbs, and the time expressions. First of all, the past of the verb to be. That means se era o estaba en pasado. Now we have in the present we have am, is or are. That means ser o estar. In past only we have was and were. Was for am or is, and were for are. That means era o estaba. So now we're gonna start with the simple past, talking about actions. Alright? So when can we use the simple past? Okay, we're gonna use the simple past to express an idea or an action started and finished at a specific time in the past. Cuando una acción ha empezado y terminado en el pasado, pero ya terminó, ya sucedió, ya no tiene repercusiones, ya nada. Empezó y terminó en el pasado. The simple past can be used with a duration which starts and stops in the past. A duration is no longer an action, often indicated by expressions such as for 2 years, for 5 minutes, all day, all year, etc. Para acciones que tengan alguna duración, por ejemplo, 1 año, 2 años, 5 minutos, todo el día, etc. Yes, for example, I played basketball yesterday, all day. ¿Sí? The simple past can also be described the habits which stopped in the past. Pueden describir también un hábito que teníamos en el pasado. For example, when I was a child, I played the violin. Cuando yo era un niño, yo tocaba el violín. Ya no lo hago más. Alright? Now, we're going to start with the rules. But first of all, let's gonna check. How do we form the simple past tense? Okay, remember that we have two kind of verbs. We have the regular verbs and we have the irregular verbs. All the regular verbs are easy to identify because all of them finish in ed at the end, all of them. The irregular verbs are more complicated because some of them totally change their way that we write them, or sometimes they change only 1 or 2 letters. We need to learn all of them. Okay, now the rules. In the affirmative rule, we have first the subject, the verb in past, and the complement. Okay, regular verbs. I play basketball. She worked yesterday. We needed a cell phone. With the irregular verbs, we have I went to a basketball game. She wrote a book. We bought a cell phone. Now, so subject, verb in past, and complement. That's it. Very simple. Now in negative form, we have to pay attention because in the negative form, we're going to use an auxiliary. In this case, the auxiliary is did. Did is the past of the verb do. So did indicates that the sentence is in past. So we don't need to put the verb in past. So we're going to write it in present. Now the rule is the subject did not, the verb in present, and the complement. Examples for the regular verbs: I did not play basketball. She didn't work yesterday, or we didn't need a cell phone. So check this out. Did not and didn't is the same. So only this is the contraction of did not. With the regular verb, some examples are I didn't go to a basketball game. She didn't write a book. We didn't buy a cell phone. Now let's go on with the interrogative form talking about yes, no question. We're going to use did as an auxiliary, the subject, the verb in present because we used it, and the complement. We have regulars and irregular verbs. Examples: did I play basketball? Did she work yesterday? Did we need a cell phone? Did we buy a... Okay, now with the regular verbs. Did I go to a basketball game? Did she write a book? Did we buy a cell phone? So all of them are examples about questions. Now we're going to continue with the WH questions. Now the rule is the WH did, the subject, the verb in present, the complement, and please don't forget the question mark. This is very important. All right, so we have the irregular verbs and examples about irregular verbs. When did I play basketball? Where she worked yesterday? Why she need a cell phone? Okay, in this case, we are not going to answer with yes or no. We need to answer with a specific information about it. In the irregular verbs, we have when did I go to a basketball game? How did she write a book? Where did we buy a cell phone? Now, we have typical expressions used with past simple tense. We have yesterday, the day before, 2 days ago, last week, last month, last year, a year ago, 3 years ago, then, or once. Okay, with last, we can use last evening, last night, last week, etc. Yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, ago, 2 days ago, 3 weeks ago, etc. And in, we're gonna use in to talk about years, decades, and centuries.